now making his way to the cage, debut fighter out of Tartarus MMA, Jaedon Kinser, who I believe wins the award for looking most like a young Keith Noe.
He looks like if Keith Noe had never discovered carbs.
Yeah. This is like you show Keith Noe this, and it's like if you ate clean for 6 months, you could be this, Keith.
So you can't beat the walkout song coming out to Pink Floyd's Have a Cigar.
Yeah.
Excellent choice. And people have been talking about this young man. Talked to Mitch Vaughn today at the hotel, and he said, you've not seen Jaedon fight yet, but he's the best boxer at our gym.
Interesting. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup because George has been training hard. George has been with us for around a year or so, but he's come along well. He's a guy who wrestled all through high school, and he's kind of brought that mentality of being disciplined, training through injuries, training consistently 4 or 5 nights a week.
Is he coming out to like Vision Quest song, whatever that is?
That is the song.
Lunatic Fringe.
Yes, Lunatic Fringe. What's that? Red Fire? I don't know. I'm doing terrible. Who sings that?
Red Rider.
Red Rider. I was close.
Yeah. You're old, too. You should know that.
I know. What's wrong with me? All right. But my point was, so as a wrestler, how is he going to adapt to the boxing?
Yeah, so he's done a good job of just coming in and having a clean slate, right? A lot of wrestlers come in and they are very uncoachable. I don't mean that as an insult, but if you've run a jiu-jitsu gym or coach, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. George came in very quickly and had the attitude of, I know how to train hard, I know how to do some things in grappling, but these are the people that know fighting, and I'm going to learn from them. And he's done a good job of being pretty coachable. Eli and I have worked with him a fair amount. Eli's worked with him much more, which is why we have Eli in his corner. And one of his primary sparring partners also is our Parrish in the corner.
And you see a lot of wrestlers.
Both of these guys very similar builds as well.
Meaning both better looking than myself. I agree with you.
Which that's a lot. You're taller and more handsome than both of them. I won't accept this.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Weighing in at 199 pounds, also representing yellow from Hazelton, West Virginia, George Watson.
I'm excited for this. It's good to see two guys making their debut in boxing. It's interesting, right? We don't know what to say.
Both from good gyms too. I'm looking forward to this.
Look at the stance there. I like it. He's already ready to go.
And you see a lot of wrestlers that transition into striking have that big explosive power.
Was even more so in MMA, where they can fake that shot and then throw that overhand right or overhand left, whatever they're throwing. But
and George has been done a good job of trying to become a boxer, and I believe Jaedon is as well. We see George land a little bit of a jab there. That was pretty clean.
What I'm most interested in is see two guys making their boxing debut is their footwork right here. I want to see how they react to defense, and so far it looks great.
George landed a little bit of a right hand there after getting stepped backwards a bit by
flashes
Jaedon.
that jab.
Both of them got good jabs going right now. And I'm noticing when George throwing that overhand right there or just a straight right, he's not stepping with his right hand, which is a great thing for a new fighter, right? Yeah. Because a lot of people have a tendency to carry that right foot with them.
We saw George land a nice body shot, but he ate a counter
what
right
a left hook, though, right?
Yeah.
Man, they're mixing it up. I like it.
Very active right out of the gate as well.
I see George switching his stance. Is that something you guys change or talk about at your gym a little bit?
That's something that George works on quite a bit,
yeah.
Some of our guys do that a lot,
Yeah. You notice he's went left to right easily, literally almost after every exchange. Now he's back in the,
Jaden's getting ahead of him now.
Yeah.
Look at that. He switched his stance again.
Oh!
There you go.
That was a big right hand that hurt Jaedon. And his legs are still wobbly.
The only thing I would say about George is he's got his chin up right now. He's got to be careful, but he's going for the kill. It's okay.
And he's got him hurt. That was a good body shot there as well. Oh, and I think he's doubling him over with those body shots.
Jaden's doing a great job staying defensively sound and coming back.
Yeah, and that's where you got caught. The chin was up a little bit, but it was one shot. And
George
he's
lands
recovered
a nice
well.
right hand there as well.
Jaden still looks hurt to the body.
Yeah, his facial posture, you can see it has changed.
Absolutely. 10 seconds left. Let's see how they react.
George lands a nice right hand there, but so
he
did
walked
Jaden
right
as well.
into the right.
Yeah. We see a good jab there from
Oh,
George.
that's another right. Went right over the guard.
Yep, and a right jab to the body from southpaw.
What a good round.
Good round from both guys. Kind of a little bit of a back and forth, but I believe George did win that round.
I think George took it when he hurt him there against the cage.
Very, 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 very good round by both. They looked very good. For debut fighters,
Yep.
Yeah.
very good.
Nobody's being a spaz. That's the first thing you got to watch out for when you're in your debut is you just spaz out.
Now, it'll be interesting to see how George handles himself with that little bit of explosivity in a fight. Because we've worked with George, I mean, he's done a lot of hard rounds. We don't have anybody go into the cage without doing a ton of hard rounds. So I know his lungs are there, but will he be able to control the adrenaline enough to fight at that level that he can train at, right? Is he able to control the emotions to stay calm enough to have his cardio perform as well as it does in the gym?
So, Colin, is your goal with George to get this fight to make him a better MMA fighter, or is it just to take all disciplines as they are?
Yeah, kind of all as they are. I mean, his long-term goal is MMA. He's starting to get on kind of close to a blue belt with us. He's training hard, and it's good to get some competition experience under the lights before we get the little gloves.
Very true. Yes. I mean, his punches are landing here. That right looked good.
Nice uppercut and a straight right from Jaedon.
But George has got a lot of confidence coming to this round, so you can tell the difference here now. He looks a little freer. Does that make sense? A little more relaxed? Because look, his punches are coming a little bit more intensity. Like even those punches right there that his opponent's landing, they don't have that freedom, right? Meaning like, hey.
And you see Jaedon doesn't really have the same confidence that he had at the beginning of that first round.
Yes.
We see George lands the right hook, left straight, and then switches back to orthodox.
Oh, what a good power left in there.
And good head movement as well from George.
Yeah.
Good bump.
I see this round being the first round was a good feeling out round, and I feel George he figured something out in his head. He feels very confident. Like just as a person watching, like man, he looks like look at that. He just looks very confident in this round.
He's doing a good job kind of pushing him away at the end of those combinations.
And look at the blood coming off the left eye there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that came off a headbutt or a punch there. We'll have to find out when we see the replay.
Yeah.
But
as close in as they've been for some of this time, it'll be hard to tell. But
yeah, most likely a headbutt, right?
Nice combination.
I didn't see anything land that good, but it's not in the vision. It's to the corner of the eye, so it shouldn't affect him.
George is coming on strong here in this second round.
Another hard right to the body there.
Yeah.
And another jab to the body.
Jaden's doing a good job, but I definitely think this round is not his best round.
Yeah.
The constant switching stances has to be a nightmare to deal with, too.
And I agree.
And there it was again. He switches in the middle of combinations. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because as a coach, I don't really like that off the bat, but he's doing it so effectively.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't say anything bad about this.
And he had some minor defensive mistakes that he was making from the southpaw stance particularly. That's a nice straight left hand and a nice right hook to end the round.
Even
Switching the stance.
Even though he hurt him in the first, I think he looked even better in the second.
Yeah,
I agree.
And that's something that we're the same on. I like you to be good at one stance before you become kind of mediocre at both stances. But George has done a good job with it. He's working on it on his own, and he had some minor defensive deficiencies that he wasn't aware of just because southpaw is not his normal stance. And Eli and I kind of gave him a little bit of vocal and physical encouragement in the sparring rounds a couple weeks ago, and George has made the adjustments. We see him doing a better job from that southpaw stance defensively and offensively.
I feel like I just saw the ref make a motion, but I don't think they called it off. But I think it's all right. He makes some weird. Let's see what he's doing here.
Now, Eric Swan doing a very good job as a cut man over there.
He sure is.
He has the most professional cut man gear in New Orleans.
I think the ref called the fight.
Yeah.
Because of the cut?
I don't know, but I thought he did, and he did. Because there's something weird going on. Now the ref left the ring, so I feel like he called the fight.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
That's going to be it. That's going to be a corner stoppage.
They did call it for the cut.
Yeah, Zach's looking at it. His corner man's looking at it saying the cut. But we're not in the ring. It didn't look like a bad cut to me, but what I know.
And it might be going into the eye, too.
Exactly.
I don't know, maybe you've got some more time, Butch, but I can, just from my own experience, I can say in 2015, if I would watch a card in West Virginia and two guys were debuting, they would not have that level of polish.
Absolutely not. No, no. And not to make this about me, but I can think when I debuted in 1997, nothing like this.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Your winner by TKO, George.
So my guy's up next, so I'm going to take off for a second, and we'll see you guys here in just a minute.